Maccabi Haifa Football Club is one of Israel's biggest sporting associations and is world known for their achievements, being the first ever Israeli club to make it into the group stage of the Champions League and to join the European Clubs Association. Now they're making their mark on another world stage, joining forces with HYPE Sports Innnovation to create the first Innovation Accelerator program from Israel that participants from all over the world can take part in. The SPIN Accelerator program, SPIN being an acronym for Sports and Innovation, in Maccabi Haifa will invite startups with football-centric innovative solutions in real time to fan engagement performances and analytics. And to tell us all about it is their Global Partnership Manager, Terry Degani from the HYPE Foundation. Terry, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Sarah.
Now, first of all, before we get into it, tell us what an accelerator program actually is.
Sure. So the HYPE Accelerator program is essentially a 16-week intensive course for startups in the sports space to really enable them to go from, let's say, an early stage idea and scale up their company to a level where they're confident enough to present themselves in front of the wider industry.
And that wider industry, is this accelerator program giving them the opportunity to do that?
Absolutely. So what we're going to do is we're looking at having 11 or 12 companies from around the world. Now, obviously, with Maccabi Haifa, there is a focus on football. So we're looking to find the best football startups from across the world to come to the startup nation in Israel. We're going to put them through this program. There's going to be a lot of mentoring, a lot of one-on-one personalised sessions. And again, the idea is to let them flourish on the global stage.
And what is the significance of this collaboration?
Yeah, so look, this is the very first sports tech accelerator program to come from Israel. Now, as I mentioned, we're in the startup nation, and Israel is very well known for its technology. It's really the leader in the world. You could argue that it is the core of technology in the world, and the Americans just buy the tech from them. So the significance of that is that we have the access to the best innovation in sport, and we're now going to allow Maccabi Haifa to improve their on-field performance.
Is there a huge demand in the sporting sector for new innovation?
Yeah, you know, we're in what we call the perfect storm. So what we're noticing now is technology is changing the way that we view, consume, and even play sport. No longer do we watch games linearly. And what I mean by that is we don't watch it just between us and the TV. There's always a second screen. The way we engage with our clubs now is totally different. And now with streaming rights in particular changing, broadcasters are going to need to innovate. So with all these new ideas and all these new innovations, there needs to be some sort of platform to refine these ideas. And that's really what we're looking at doing here.
Now, talk to me about HYPE. We've spoken about the collaboration, but what does your company actually do for these startups that get involved?
Yeah, so essentially what we do is we provide the platform for startups in the industry to access the wider global network of clubs, sports brands, investors. The reality is startups are looking for funding and startups are looking for collaborations with the tech or the sporting giants of the world. So we provide the platform for them. But on the other side, there's also a need for the clubs and the brands who probably haven't allocated enough time and resources to sourcing innovation. And so that's a very important role that we play for them.
And just briefly, Terry, talk to me about give me an example of something that you guys have done for a startup in the past.
Yeah, sure. So we've got a very interesting startup called InSounds, for example, who are going to revolutionise the way we watch sport. Not only will we be able to watch sport on TV, but the sound within the sport you'll be able to hear players kicking the ball, what they're saying on the field. Now that opens the conversation up for a totally different dynamic in terms of privacy and what gets said on the field. But I guess what the key indicator there is for fans to be able to look in depth at each game, what their favourite players are saying and what they're doing on the field.
Well, Terry, I'm sure when this program gets underway, we'll be hearing more from you and happy to be after you.